On up in here.
Samuel speaks, man.
Big Rob in the house. What's happening?
All right, we was just chit-chatting a minute ago, and I hear some frustrations about the Ravens' decisions, Lamar Jackson's decisions.
Hmm.
You want to talk about that, Sam?
I think the man in on the whole situation. I think that's the reason why he been being quiet. And I don't think they that dumb where they gonna lose one of the best quarterbacks in the league due to some issues for his money. I don't think so. And I think he's probably one of the easiest people to get along with. And I really think he in on it. And I think that's the reason for him not really saying anything about it.
He definitely a cash cow.
My one take
Money
on it
maker.
goes back to what I said before, because football is more political than anything. It's about money. Um, if they allow him, they're gonna give him. They're gonna give the pushback, because I think they're gonna. They don't want everybody coming behind him. It's not the fact about the money. The guys that got the money had agents. He doesn't have an agent. If you do that, every fucking body that comes behind him is going to repeat what he did. And imagine, project your thoughts forward, a bunch of niggas with gold teeth and chains and shit on in the office with these white motherfuckers negotiating contracts. The league is going to go fucking nuts.
True, a lot of people gonna lose their job.
You understand what I'm saying?
No agents.
Because that's what's going to happen. So I think if he would have had an agent or some other type of representation, he wouldn't have a problem with getting the money. Because you're not looking at it as just the Ravens, it's the whole league in general. He's already changed the league the way that they play and picking quarterbacks. The quarterback basically is the white man.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what that is. So now you changing you changing the color guard. Everybody's got to go with a black quarterback. So what happened in the last 2 years? We got a bunch of black quarterbacks.
Plus, he changed the stigma on the position. You got to think, for years and years, it's always been the white man steps in the pocket and throw the ball.
Pocket
The,
passes.
the black quarterback is the running quarterback.
He's more athletic, just naturally.
He is a combination of both. And I ain't gonna lie.
Imagine if you get him what the fuck he needs. Imagine he is doing 3/4 of the shit for the Ravens. So imagine you give him wide receivers, wide out. You got a line. Come on, yo. Did you know what he gonna do?
Yeah.
The numbers on football gonna look crazy because you're gonna be like, God damn, is they basketball numbers? Because he gonna put numbers on the board.
But I'm gonna ask y'all, do you remember the first dude that I saw play football like that was black?
Which one you want to name? Warren Moon? You want to go back?
I go back Randall Cunningham.
Randall was different.
Randall was a different ball.
But you think about it, it's like over the course of the years, they all piggyback off of those dudes that was in front of them that didn't get paid, that came from college and changed the league and the whole situation. Get off of that. That changed the whole league and them situations and made it to the point where kids like Lamar can go in there and buck for the money that they buck.
But see, like Lamar, man, you getting he's built like a tight end. He like a defensive end. You know what I'm saying? He's like a running back. Only thing people try to pick on him about is his arm, and I'm like, yo.
But you keep saying that, but then the man proved you.
Yeah.
If he could have played the whole season this year, and I think that was by the trickery in the back rim to not let him play all year, because if his stats is not right, he doesn't have an agent, so he can't. There's nothing for him, no leg for him to stand on about numbers. Because if he came into a meeting, that's his argument standpoint. Look what I done. He didn't get to do that. So that's why I'm saying these white motherfuckers is cruddy. They don't want to pay him. They fucked up with giving Shorty the money, because now they got to deal with the windfall of everybody behind it. Now, if you're going to go give Carr the money, how the fuck you can't give Lamar the money?
Well, I'm gonna say this. The thing with the Lamar thing, I can say this. I'm gonna just speak on him, just from I'm a fan of the sport, and I watch it and I played it. Lamar, he could use. It's gonna get that. Lamar can he can use a good quarterback coach. I could say to work on his he can throw, but he's iffy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But a
So
quarterback, I'm gonna say this. What I noticed from watching football many years, a quarterback, if he has a target to throw to in practice, man,
Yes.
he's going
Who
to
the
develop
fuck do
that.
he got?
Last year,
The
before
motherfuckers he got,
last,
he
had
didn't
a
even
little
get to
person
show.
to throw
Think
to.
about it, the motherfuckers that he just got, he didn't really get to show his potential because he wasn't playing. You understand what I'm saying?
let me read
This is
some of these
this is the
comments.
reason why I think he's in on it because they really building the shit as if he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And all the great white quarterbacks, they always had somebody to throw to.
Fuck yeah.
These comments, Rise of Star said he not like that though, yo, and laughed. And then another person came back. Shan Daddy said, Rise of Star said again, he said explosive QB that will possibly get hurt. And then Shan Daddy came back and said, go back to that Rams game. Fried earned down on them. 6 TD passes.
So you saying he get hurt, but what if you build the shit around him where he don't get hurt? Then what can you say about that?
That's what I'm
Because the
too
motherfucker gonna
fast.
kill you, he gonna put up numbers.
Listen, man,
He's ran over defensive ends.
I'm going to say this. He could potentially, and I've been saying this just watching him progress. He's progressed since he's been in the league.
He is a
So,
learner. He wants to learn.
At the end of the day, if you get that boy the right motherfucking quarterback coach and place him in the right office and get him some protection so he don't have to keep running 100 miles an hour, I guarantee his passing get better. I believe that.
That's the only way it's
I
gonna
believe
get better. The reason why he's running is nobody to fucking pass the ball to.
Yeah.
Who the fuck he gonna pass the ball to?
Especially when he had to throw it to the little guy. I couldn't stand that shit, man.
What's
Hollywood Brown. Hollywood
Got
Brown.
it just
Yo.
because of his cousin.
This is the crazy part, right? When I be seeing motherfuckers in real life in real time, I be like, I beat the shit out of him.
That's some
Hey,
Baltimore
yo.
shit in you.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie,
that's the
yo.
Baltimore shit.
I was on the elevator with Adrian Brown and y'all was like, nigga, I will beat this shit out your little ass, nigga. You might get me in a couple times, but I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, once I grab you, it's over. Fuck that
Hey,
bullshit.
Niggas
question,
little
would
as
you-
shit,
Would
yo.
you fight Mike Tyson right now?
Fuck no. Nah.
I ain't
Not
fight-
me.
Motherfucker
I
in the
wouldn't
shop.
fight Tank. I wouldn't fight
Listen, bro.
Money Team.
Floyd.
I wouldn't fight him.
Listen, bro.
I
A
shoot that
motherfucker
boy.
said to me,
I
like,
shoot
yo,
that
I would fight Mike Tyson. He's
bro.
older.
Yeah,
I
okay.
wrestle him. Like, nigga,
And-
you don't think he ain't
older-
never wrestled
older-
nobody
older-
before?
Older mean more experience.
Listen, bro. We talk about Mike Tyson.
I'm gonna let you pluck me a couple times. And then
I
I'm
ain't
gonna
fighting
fuck
George
you
Forbes.
up.
Damn. His regiment was 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups a day.
He's still
That
working
nigga
out.
strong as shit.
Yo,
If
He
he
is
hits you, he
naturally
gonna
strong.
break some shit.
I'm not
I'm
fighting
fighting
George
no
Foreman
motherfucking
right
Mike
now,
Tyson.
yo.
By me.
George Foreman will pluck you in 5 days.
Yeah.
They say yo was the hardest hit motherfucker. And sports said that nigga hit you, yo, you won't quit.
I'll leave with Alzheimer's. I wouldn't find him.
Oh,
If he
listen.
hit you with that fucking jab, you still gonna
Me.
feel it.
Not
Slow
me.
ass punch. Still fucking
And
you
he
up.
hit the. You gonna hear that shit coming too. Hit your motherfucker. Pop. You gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but see, the thing about it, man, and that's another thing. Like, you know, people hate it when I say it, but Mayweather, he the all-time greatest.
He's smart.
He's the all-time greatest boxer,
He's
man.
smart. I'm gonna tell you something. Baltimore's own. He is a replica of Mayweather. He took what he needed to learn from them and he used it to his benefit. He the same way. You at second and third, you're not gonna get no excitement out of them and for till the third or fourth round.
No.
Because they gonna see what type of fight you want to fight. And then they gonna pick you apart. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And they
how
gonna ride it
Mayweather
out. They
used
gonna
to
they is in
always
shape
fight
to
his
take the
fights.
fight all the
Right.
way and then until they get to their point where they can fucking damage
And
you.
if you watch a Mayweather fight, he would come out there, throw a little bit at you, and then see like, oh, okay, you want to brawl.
And get you frustrated, make
Yeah.
you come to him.
Right.
People don't understand it. Them niggas want you chasing them
And
and
next
doing
thing
all
you
that.
know, you got
Tear
10
your
lumps
ass
and
up.
knocked out.
But we gotta say this about. I'm gonna give him his props. I'm gonna give him his flowers. I'm gonna give him his credit. Tank nice as shit, and he can be the greatest. He gotta erase that Baltimore mentality.
Yeah, he
bro.
gotta get out
He
of it.
gotta get that away
And
from him.
which that spins
He got
into
to.
what the topic is, and we gonna be talking about you young brothers. We gotta talk about
But
you.
hold up, before we do that, do you remember the fight when yo was like, yo told the dude manager, Shut your bitch ass up.
That's some Baltimore shit.
That's some shit we do, man. You ain't gonna be having a sidebar against a motherfucker in Baltimore. We don't play that shit, man.
And I don't give a fuck. We like that anywhere we go.
That's
Once you see mama start dancing, you about to get knocked out. Every chance you see his mother.
And then if you ever watch him fight, he always say, "Yeah, I got him. He might be getting fucked up and everything. He was like, "I got him."
But the thing about it, the boy, he got a strong chin. He can take the blows, man.
And then his coaching staff, them niggas is nice.
Yeah.
Them niggas is nice. They do the same thing. They sit back, they study you on film, they wait till you fight, and then they say, okay, he doing X, Y, Z. You do X, Y, Z. And if you listen to them in the corner, they be like, all right, he doing that. He dropping a hand now. Yeah. Let's get him. You be like, God damn, shorty doing that motherfucker.
He's an architect now,
Touch a motherfucker and they fall. You be like,
and the dude he fought, I was like, oh, he about to knock his damn self out. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here letting him, you walking him through this shit.
Because Floyd do the same thing. He get in your head. You like, this little bitch, I know I can beat this motherfucker.
You know that's how Ali used to beat motherfuckers outside the ring. Ali would go to your house, talk about your mother, your wife, you got big titties. Yeah, you know what I mean? Motherfucker, what's the name? Had to shoot a gun in the air and shit, man. He was
in the joint with the
Sonny, was it Sonny Liston? Yeah. He already had him beat.
A lot of people don't know that him and Joe Frazier was really good friends.
Yeah, they was really
good. Joe Frazier, no one. Even when he was on his way, man, I wouldn't fight that motherfucker.
That little motherfucker was a pit bull.
All right, but we're going to get on into the topic. Come on, young man. A lot of this shit out here, it touches everybody in this room a certain way because, you do your best to raise your kids a certain way. But you can't raise everybody's kids. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You would want to. You would want him to like go up on a corner with a belt and just whoop everybody's ass. You understand what I'm saying? But you take back when we were younger, we did ill stuff, right? It may sound like an oxymoron, but we did ill stuff with respect. Anybody agree with that?
Yeah, it was just a certain shit that we didn't do. Yeah. When I hustled because I never did anything in my neighborhood until I got ways out. Then I came back to my neighborhood because I had a rule like everybody knew me, they knew my family. So if I had to do something to somebody, I didn't want to be in my hood. Yeah. But then when I came to my hood, I had enough respect to know all of the people on the block. I knew every last one of them. I knew what they smoked. I knew they needed their grass cut. I knew like the block was my family. Like I could go and say, "Oh, okay, Miss Shirley need a pack of Marlboros. Get a box of Marlboros. Give them to her. Cut that grass. Clean up the block." You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't do none of that. None of that.
Back in the day, we took care of the hood, block parties, everything, man, and all that is gone. You know what I'm saying? Because I always said these kids now don't have no authority. And back in the day, like you said, we'll see somebody, Miss Shirley, Miss Paula. Miss Shirley, Miss Paula coming down the street. Oh, you put the work up.
Shut that down.
Hey, yo, Mr. Hey, you need some help with your groceries, Miss Paula. You need anything? Because these are the people that will call the cops.
I got a
24-hour shop. They knew we was out there. They knew they can come home anytime of night. I'm not gonna hide them. We held this down. It wasn't no
kept it safe.
Yeah,
it wasn't dumb shit.
I got a public service announcement, and this is for all parents, whether if your kids live with you, mainly because since this is Women's Month, Women's Day. Why don't you ladies sit your child down and have a conversation with them and see where their mind's at? This is what parents, I urge you.
Don't
parents,
light up a blunt with them.
Yeah, don't light up a blunt with them. Don't go get a drink with your kids. I'm talking about on some serious, we need to have a conversation thing with your kids. Communicate. Find out where they mind at, man, because these little kids lost, man. They lost. And if we don't do something about it, we're going to keep doing this. These are the conversations we're going to continue to have. Do the right thing, man. Have a conversation with your child. Every now and then, it don't hurt.
Ever since my oldest son, he's 28, and all my wife friends and all our family, like whoever had kids, like they would wind up around our kids anyway, some kind of way, shape, or form. Like the little kid that's on the run now, little Cottrell and Keon, they used to be in my house. Like, and still they show me respect. because they know I didn't fuck around. I didn't play. I was the one who whipped people, kids' ass. Oh, we gonna take you up Big Sam house. All that shit stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they got a little older, people stop really disciplining and talking to their kids. You know what I'm saying? You just let them run. I'm sitting here thinking of a bunch of names that I can name, and they just let their kids run wild, and they couldn't understand why my kids wasn't like that. I could be in the park, I could be sitting down, I could be anywhere, and I whistle, and I ain't gotta look. I'm talking to somebody. My kids is standing right fucking there where I just went. They like, how the fuck you do that? You train them motherfuckers just like you train anything else.
Yeah.
To,
You understand?
to this day, my my kids, they respect a man. Period.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
You
saying?
supposed to teach
So,
them that. You look a man in his eye, you
Yeah.
shake, you stand up, you shake a
I'm never
hand.
too far
all
from
that.
choking my kids.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. I'm never too far from.
And your tough love, and this goes for the girls and the boys. I'm dealing with it right now. My daughter, she told me she was grown, so you do grown people shit. When you tell me you grown men, you pay your own way, you do your own shit, you get to where the fuck you got to go on your own. That's what grown means to me.
Right.
It must be daughter month because all the daughters are tripping right now.
It's the moon, yo.
Man,
It's the moon.
listen, man. My daughter, same
That's the
thing.
thing.
I had,
Your
to,
daughter?
I had to rescue my daughter
did it
before
stop,
my mother
right?
got beating her head inside out. Before I hit, she beat her head. This Big Mike. What's up? Parents, not parents no more.
They friends. I'm not your friend. I'm your father.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We
doing
can
none of
joke
that
and
shit.
trip and kick it, but my son
I ain't
already
even doing that,
know.
Tom. I don't even do that, yo.
My son already know that
How far is
he's never gonna like disrespect me. I don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I done dealt out enough ass whoopings and beat ups and shit like
Part of the
that.
problem is I seen it yesterday, and I'm kind of, it's crazy that we talking about this because that's the way I was feeling. I seen one of my son's friend mother, right, and she's like, yeah, I'm such and such mother. I'm like, all right, cool. So then, I could be looking this way, but I see everything. So I'm just like really like paying her because this is the first time I seen her, but I've never seen her out before as much as I be out. I've never seen her out. So just watching, you know what I'm saying? Because I be wanting to know how you are because your kids are a product of you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot not pay attention to your child and then think because you are the mother that they're gonna fucking listen to you. They're not.
Mm-mm.
Kids don't miss nothing. They're very observant. They don't miss nothing. They know who they can work and who they can't work.
play the
They know how to
50
push
all
it to
the
the limit. They do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And these little ones now, I got my grandson, he ain't even 2. This motherfucker working his magic already. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's fucking terrible because he pushes you to the limit. See, he do little sneaky shit, looking at you, see if he can get away with it. And I'm like, I keep telling Pop not the one. I'm gonna whip your ass. That's what's gonna happen with you. You're gonna get your ass whipped.
Yeah, I just
You know
left
what I mean?
my
Like-
granddaughter house. She been getting out of line and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make me have to make another visit around here. You know what I'm saying? The belt don't hold no name.
My
on that
daughter got this
motherfucker.
thing where she thinks she can't get her ass whipped. You'll get your ass whipped too. Shit,
It goes to authority, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure your daughter is going through a situation where she feels as though she's riding with her mom. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna get you.
That shit
starting
go
to
up
say,
and down.
yeah, it's
Go
gonna
up and
get
down.
you into a bad place. It's like my daughter thought that because I took her from out her mom's house or whatever, I said, "Oh no, this ain't really a threat. This was me rescuing you from your mother fucking you up."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can see it coming, and she's going to hurt you. You know, I'm not going to beat you up
I'm
because
say
you're
this.
my
I'm probably
daughter.
I'm gonna probably get in trouble for it. A lot of black women don't get along with black women, so meaning they don't get along with their daughters.
Who said that today?
They really don't. I'm gonna say some real shit on here, and I don't care who fucking get any feelings about it. Me and my wife went through a situation, and I stayed with my wife because of my daughter. Because my wife, she probably doesn't recognize, but she don't get along with women. And for maybe till like 2 years ago, they relationship changed and they kind of get along. But before, it's like black women got this thing with women, black women, they don't
Now
get
I
along.
understand it.
You know what I'm saying?
And the
They
thing
don't
I
get along.
see a lot of times, yo, and I'm very observant. It's women that really don't care for their daughter that much because the daughter look better than them.
Or their daughter, or they find their daughter
Nobody wants to say this shit.
being more
It's a real
successful than
thing.
them. This is real shit. I've seen. Listen,
Or like sometimes it's got something to do with the father situation too, because maybe you got a nigga that love his kids and he take care of his kids, but you didn't receive that, so it's kind of like some envy, jealousy.
For that.
It's a lot of shit. It could be a number of things. Can't really say put a finger on and say what it is, because
You can
as
tell
a
it's been
people,
real talk.
we done been through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And
I-
all of
Real
us,
science
we
exhibit.
are
Yeah.
in survival
life,
mode 24 hours of the day. We're in that. That is by design. Because if you're like that, you don't have time to focus on your health, your money, and getting shit right. You always on the treadmill running. That's by design.
I want to piggyback off of what you said. The thing as far as about with the mother not being treated right. Like I myself, and this is no, I have no quarrels with speaking my shit. My oldest two's mother, I felt like she was jealous of the way that my daughter was young and didn't want to have no kid. So it was like she was deliberately trying to put her in situations where she could fall under the lines of her. And I'm like, as a mother, you would think that you would want your child to be better than you. Like I've always had this thing with me where I threw bricks at the penitentiary. I did this, I did that. You don't need to do that. This not for you.
It's not for
You
you.
feel me? Like I did that already. So you go this way. You know what I mean? Now granted, kids and shit, they gotta make their own decisions. They gotta walk their own path. You can't walk it for them. But come on, yo. I mean, my thing is, and I
They
always
gotta
give
fuck
this
up a little bit to know.
I always give this theory. If I'm walking down the block, we waiting in line, and they in line behind me. I walk down this block. It's a big ass hole. It's no getting around it. No nothing. Right. So I tell them, it's another way that you. It's another way. I come back.
I'm your guy.
Fucked up.
I'm your guy.
I'm telling you, don't do it. Like don't go that way. Just take the. It's another road
your
down
guy.
there. They still want to walk and go jump the fucking hole.
And me, the way
That's
that I was
crazy.
raised by my dad was, okay, you want to drive the car, you drive that motherfucker then. Don't come back with the crybaby shit, and then you want to tell me you grown, but then you want to come back and you want to be a kid. Oh, motherfucker, you chose to go that motherfucking way, so carry your motherfucking ass on until you get out of the woods. Because I can't go in there for you. I've been in there already. I told you where to go. Go ahead, go left, jump up and down, spin around, go that way. You ain't want to listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Speaking of father, my father, he would let me use the car, right? So he already knew he had trained me well on how to fix the motherfucker. So we ride and the bitch break down. I'm like, oh shit. I said, wait a minute. I know how to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just get back to him and like, hey, look, he said, I don't give a fuck. Is it running? Cool. Here's my goddamn keys. You get it back tomorrow, and then you got to do whatever.
These kids think they know
I'm
everything.
glad
Right?
he
I had a
instilled
conversation.
this shit in me.
I had a conversation the other day with my wife, and I said, you have to explain it to them because
Duct
you
tape goes
are
away.
around them and they talk to you more openly than they do me. You have to tell them who the fuck their father is. It's not up to me to tell them that. You know what I mean? Because I remember my son, we was living on Woodlawn. This nigga bikes and he stole somebody's bike and got locked up. Like, what is you doing? Like, the fuck is wrong? I'm supposed to get in the car. Get in the car. Let's go.
The petty shit get on
Let's
you.
go in town.
You doing dumb shit.
I get out. I said, get the fuck out the car. I said, go over there and talk to them niggas.
Now let me see you.
Talk to them about who your father is. Like, go a couple places and he like, oh, okay. I said, yo, you doing the dumbest shit in the world. What are you stealing for? You get anything you want. You got it all right. Why you attempting to go down this road? You don't gotta go that road. I've been on that road, nigga. You see all these hitting the head with bats and stabbing. No, you don't want none of that. You ain't built
know,
like
right?
that, yo.
That's what I
We all
do.
this bitch like pin cushion.
I just told my son, I said, Shorty, you gotta understand who your dad is for real. And I'm saying this in front of his two little homeboys Friday night. I said, Shorty, I'd have been shot, stabbed, kidnapped, and all that shit. I'm still here. What the fuck? Like, at the end of the day, you can't tell me what real is. I know what it is. So at the end of the day,
You don't know what you talking about.
I'm telling
don't
you.
know nothing. Okay, all right.
I told him, I said, I'm telling you, like, y'all don't, them gunshot wounds hurt. Them stab wounds
Shit's
hurt
hot,
worse.
son.
And I was fat.
Fucker's hot.
That shit sizzle like bacon.
Sizzling
when
like a
you're at-
motherfucker. It's not a game.
Tia Jarvis on your page, Rob said, I have 3 daughters by 3 different men. They are drop dead gorgeous and going more at their age and doing more at their age than I ever did. I raised them to be better than myself.
I wish they all did that, baby. I ain't gonna lie, because it's a lot of these chicks out here. Like it's like they priding them kids on being goofy and dumb.
You got mothers that's out here and that's attempting to pick up where they left off at 16, 17 when they had their kids. You know, getting it like
I saw this 61 on Instagram.
Let's have this conversation.
So, look at me. I'm like,
yeah, let's have this conversation. Because I really have a question for the ladies. Why you wait until you 50? We've been saying you for 50, the last 40 years like this, and then you cutting yourself all up, and then you won't come out. No, this like some real shit. Then you come out because I'm out all the time, and I observe people. I'm like a fucking scientist or some shit. I just watch how people change up. Like you was in the corner quiet, but then you done got your body done, and now you twerking and you all your clothes tightened. Like what are you attempting to go after?
Well, Sam, I'm gonna say this for some women. I think what happens is they've been so insecure so long.
Yep.
And then they had problems
dealing
with the state or didn't have something good going for them. So now it's like, I got enough money. I got good insurance. Now I want to make myself this or I want to be known. And I'm going to say this. Let's cat that with this. Mm-hmm. Your life is not going to fucking change. It's going to actually get worse. Because I always ask women this. I ask women 2 questions, right? You getting all this ass. This is my first real question.
This for women.
Hold up, let's one time. You getting all of this ass, right? And let's be honest. Out of 10 niggas you done fucked in your lifetime, how many of them had a big dick? How many of them gonna get back there and fuck that? That's my first question, right? Mm-hmm. Second question is, how come you don't have a real conversation with somebody that didn't never had to get their body done and been dealing with the ass and the body shit their whole life? Go have a conversation with that girl. I can tell you, because you don't want that fucking attention. You don't want it. When you get it and if you never had it, you're going to have niggas doing all kinds of dumbass shit to you. Because that's the attention that you look for.
Once you fuck a fake ass, you'll never want another one again. Trust me.
Actually, you really don't. And it's awful what they put in there to make it fun. But here's the thing I was ready to say, Sam. A lot of them get the body work done, 40 and over. They go get all this work done. And then they realize all niggas want to do is...
It's fuck.
They just want to fuck. You're not even... the sex symbol you thought you would be, and then they get bad drinking habits. They lose all their weight. Because you got depressed. They're totally
all the whole shit.
Mentally, their mind can't function with the new body. And the doctors tell you that before surgery. That's why they tell you go see a mental health specialist. Because it's not going to be...
You don't need to get a mental health specialist. Go around the way and talk to Big Booty Judy. I fucking guarantee you.
Judy is the one that envied all.
That's why I'm trying to tell you. They never really had a real conversation with that girl. That girl will tell you don't want that fucking attention. Cause all them niggas gonna do is run through you after the 3rd time that they fuck you and stick dick all in your mouth and bust all in your face. They out. They on to the next bitch with the next.
Want to be 40 and 50? Getting slutted out. But you supposed to do that when you.
But some of them never got that.
And on top of it, they may get a man, but he gonna cheat on her with a flat ass bitch. Now the thing about
a bitch that's built like a wisdom tooth. You you gonna be mad.
You see the guy. You see him walking down the street with the Hamburglar.
Yeah. And then they look like, oh, he with this fat bitch. Yeah, cause something about that fat bitch in her mind, she look good.
And that bitch got she has real life confidence.
And she
loves her fucking
her
stuff.
face pumped up.
And not only does she love herself, she probably gonna provide you with some of the best meals and some of the best head that you have ever had in your life.
Well, your pumpy ass can't even microwave bacon.
I'm serious, man. We did as a people. And to spin this back to the kids, this is part of the problem because we fucked up. And until you address the fact that we fucked up as the adults that we are and the people that came from before us, the kids are going to continue to be fucked up because we got our own problems.
But since we celebrating women, anybody annoyed by Taraji P. Henson's eyebrows with me?
No,
I don't think I ever paid that.
I haven't seen it, yo. I haven't seen it.
Let's Google this shit, boy.
She look like she's saying, huh? She like she keeps saying, huh?
Like somebody, boo.
But that's the thing, yo. A lot of it, like these women, like black women, let me say this to
You
y'all.
follow the wrong people.
I'm gonna say this to y'all. The majority of y'all, there's nothing wrong with y'all.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Niggas love the crumbled up homework stomach.
Let me
We like the sagging titties.
Listen,
we like the little handles on the side. We love that.
I'm gonna give an example.
Drawers clean. We good.
Listen, I'm gonna give an example. Lil' Kim was a pretty bitch. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Beautiful.
That bitch looked like the thing on the movie, the scary movie thing now. Scream.
Man, that bitch
No, it's not Scream. It's something else. She looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid now. Like, it's like, you gonna get all this surgery trying to be accepted and this, that, and the third. Ladies, baby, please. Love yourself enough to not do that dumb shit.
The attention you gonna get don't last.
It's not positive
and
attention.
It's not gonna go down.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the chicks out there in the game that still look good and ain't all to shit. Queen Latifah, MC Light. MC Light, bad than a motherfucker.
It's like the older she get, the more pretty.
Yeah, she's aging well.
And I've been in love with Queen Latifah all my life.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get them sisters.
Angela Bassett, she's 60. What, she's 65?
What's the other? My homegirl from Coming to America. Fuck like they do. Her. Vanessa Bell
Calloway, yeah. Vanessa look
Jamaican girl, man. She's still looking good. Yeah, man. Even Lizzo not a bad looking girl. She's just big.
And I don't know why everybody get on her because she's overly confident. It's like, why you mad? Take that same energy and apply it to your life.
Well, see, that's what women do. They have a tendency to say, "Oh, she a fat bitch. Oh, she this, she that."
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Hold up.
Let's go back.
This bitch got some shit now. Well, it's about to compete with Victoria's Secret. So they ain't got no choice but to band up with her.
Let's go back, because it ain't just women. It's the same thing with niggas. I've been that way my whole life. I've been the littlest, the smallest, the everything on the end of the spectrum. And niggas always was mad because of my confidence. I know who the fuck. I was raised that way. It's nothing. I was raised that I couldn't say can't in my household. It's nothing that I can't do. That's like we was just having a conversation about how much shit I can do. I can do a rack load of shit. You can put me anywhere and I'm fine. I'm gonna be all right. You give me 20 minutes, I'll be running this shit. You know what I mean? That's all I need. Yeah. But niggas don't like that. And it's like the niggas that's taller than me, that's bigger than me. It's always a situation like that little ass nigga. Okay, tell you come over here and then you see the Tasmanian devil, then you got a fucking problem.
I don't like saying, though. I'm sorry y'all to get into your show, but that's the thing I can't stand about women. People will say, she's so aggressive, I don't like her. But bitch, I love all this fat.
And it's somebody somewhere calling V at night. Hey, what you doing? You all right tonight? Can I slide? You trust me? It's a bunch of them niggas.
And I'm telling
you, we are living in a world filled with lying, stunting, fronting motherfuckers. So when you are a real person and you are authentic and able to identify the bullshit and start speaking out on it, people don't like
your energy. You're not on that frequency, so you gonna bump. It's a frequency thing. If they want to go with the masses and go with the bullshit, and you're not, you always gonna bump.
When you stop giving a fuck, people hate you.
Yeah. Man, like I tell people, man, I don't follow trends. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's a thing. I can't do what everybody's doing.
I'm an '88 nigga, man.
You know what I mean?
I still live in the '80s in my head.
I can't.
Yeah, that's why I can't listen to the music, yo.
I can listen to some of it, but it's like after a couple minutes of it, I'm like,
oh, I can run that shit that they do all day. I got some hot sauce. I jumped in a car. I drove real far. Went into the bar.
But that's another thing.
Car, look, hell no.
Check this out, right? So the bike that I just got, I don't have music in none of my other bikes. So my homeboy and all of them, they got systems like booming systems, and they side by sides ATVs. That's what I usually ride on the weekend. These niggas, I'm talking about, they got systems like it back in the day, like when we had the Jeeps. Yeah. So I got a radio in mine. It's not booming, but I got a radio. But I never really ride with the radio because I'm a solid person. I like to be quiet when I'm doing certain shit because I'm multitasking. I might be driving my bike, but I might be laying out 15 jobs in my head. So it's like the music when I'm riding is a distraction. So the other day, Saturday we rolled, Sunday we rolled, both days. Shout out to my man DJ Titan. I went and got a zip drive. I put the shit in my bike and I'm riding. I'm like, yeah. And I know better. You know what I'm saying? The music controls the mind of the people. They did studies in this shit in Germany in the 80s. That's why they changed the beats. That's why they took over hip hop. They know what the music does to your body. Your body is 80% water. Music, bass frequency controls water. So that's why they dumbed it down so much to keep you in a low ass frequency. I'm at my bike, I'm getting it. Now, when we ride, when I say we get it, yo, we gets it. Yo, we doing 60, 65 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour in the trail. I'm talking about trees, water, all that. We getting it. And I caught myself after about 30 minutes of riding. I was like, I done fucked up listening to this fucking music. Cause some shit came on. Fuck nigga free and all that. Them beats. Nigga, I'm like, oh hell no, I gotta cut this shit off. I'm gonna fuck around, kill myself. Cause the music was driving me. You feel what I'm saying? Like you gotta be careful with this music. These niggas, I just come from rural farms. I'm getting gas. The girl next to me, she music loud as a bitch. Everything is Megan Thee Stallion fucking nigga and this, and then you wonder why you think the way you think. You being fucking programmed, yo. Yeah. That's why these kids act like that with the drill music and all of that.
Idiotic and you pumping Megan Thee Stallion and saying how you saying fuck these niggas and you don't need no nigga. Megan Thee Stallion has graduated fucking college with a degree, got her money, so she can say fuck whoever she want until she gets somebody. Y'all ain't got shit. How are you breeding on that music? I just don't get it.
But see, nowadays, it was music that controlled your mind, too. Like, I know me and my man used to sit around and listen to some Smith and Wesson.
And what you was doing, you look like them, you had the dreads, you had the fatigue on with your boots and your hoodie. You
want to hustle and stick people up. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely wanted to smoke and grab your tone and go around.
I'm just glad I'm not a follower because I seen like my homeboys go into that. Wasn't smoking weed, and all of a sudden, because these niggas smoke weed, they smoke weed. It was the music that they was listening to, and niggas used to laugh at me because I got this. It's like a long running joke with me. I don't listen to Jay-Z. I didn't listen to Jay back in the day, and I got homeboys been in the music industry for like 30 years or better, and my man always called me and said, "Yo, you one of the only niggas I could take." Because you don't give a fuck about being around superstars. There's been plenty of times I've been standing next to that nigga and hanging out with these niggas and just chilling. I'm just being myself. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Niggas are niggas just like us. Right. They come from the same spaces you come from.
Be hard as shit.
Doing the same shit. And half of these niggas that you out of the fucking hood. That's what I wanted to hear. I listen to Nas, Mos Def and shit like that. Go listen to fucking Mos Def, his songs called Mathematics. He's talking about the same shit that's going on now. Talk about some shit like that. I don't want to hear about you talking about bricks. Nigga, I wasn't a rapper, nigga. I was an unrapper. Use your mind to understand what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't no rapper. I didn't listen to rappers, nigga. I was an unrapper. I unwrapped them shits. Don't tell me nothing about doing that shit.
And that's the thing about like people didn't notice like Rakim, he probably may use one cuss word on the album because his mind was too advanced to have to fill everything with a curse.
If you knew some of the shit that he wrote for other niggas, and you would be like, damn, yo wrote that. Yeah. Like Jay-Z, he wrote for a lot of people before he got the way he was at. A lot of niggas don't know that too.
Yeah, see, Jay-Z, before he started talking about all the hustling and stuff, man, he really was a show enough lyricist with intelligence. You know?
Yeah, he was. That's one thing I said about him. I never had nothing against him. I just didn't listen to what he was talking about because I was physically doing it. There was no sense. I didn't want that. I needed the other side of the coin. Tell me how to get out. What the fuck to do with all this fucking money and all this? Like, tell me some other shit. I don't want to hear the same repetitious bullshit every day about what I'm already living. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to tell me some other shit.
And Biggie said it best, right? And he broke it down. They was like, you know, your second album was so much different than your first one. He was like, hit it out. I ain't got to talk about
what I'm going to keep talking about that shit.
But
how many times niggas said that about Jay?
Yeah.
Like, how you gonna keep talking about that shit and you ain't doing that no more?
Yeah.
Like
just like a motherfucker like Pusha T. Yo, you still talking about crack, nigga?
Stashing shit in the ceiling. Nigga.
Like, what are you talking
way
about?
beyond that shit.
Now I seen him with a doggy purse and some knickerbockers.
It's like at the end of the day, yo, tell me how to get out. Tell me how to get my mind right. Like
T.I. had a song, and I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say, bro. T.I. had a song on the King album where he explained the shit about a lot of these new niggas. He said, yeah, they want you to go out here and get fucked up. You know, these niggas ain't doing this shit out here. Don't let them fool you.
They got their kids
they
in
go
private school.
They go get a
shit.
bunch of tattoos. Now they got an image. Start talking tough. Now they a street guy. He said, my motherfucker was in private school. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yo, that lifestyle. Like I'm gonna piggyback like Sam said, and I'm sure all us can attest to this, man. That shit, that music do have a strong way of influencing people, man. Because I mean, like even myself, like in my younger days, like I would hear a song and say I done had some drinks and shit like that. You immediately like, yeah,
you live in that shit.
You literally will feel that song.
I can
especially if you can relate and actually did the shit that they be saying.
And I told my kids this. I said, yo, I remember when hip hop wasn't even on the radio.
Yeah.
You only got an hour.
Debbie, I'm gonna say this. I said it one show before. WEBB was in my hood.
And Sean
it was
Marshall.
One of the only motherfucking stations that played hip hop, and
I got to hear it because
like one day out of the week.
You know what
I'm saying? It was like one day out of the week.
Yeah.
And then when they seen what it was capable of doing, then that's when they came with FM stations. And then, Frank Ski showed up and all of that type of shit.
But I remember the first hip hop video, Rockbox, Run DMC, all that shit, man.
And while we on music, I gotta put something out there. The We Rock crew was the first niggas that do thugged out music. Baltimore niggas was. Cause see, y'all don't know nothing about hip hop. When FM came, it changed the way we was. We was real niggas talking about real shit, cause them niggas was from the fucking projects. And they was really rapping about what the fuck was going on. And life happened to them. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't. They didn't get in the lane that they was.
3 MCs, MCEC.
And most of you, another tidbit about Baltimore. Baltimore really drives the whole industry, but you don't know that because nobody comes back after they make it. Most of the musicians that play on the songs, most of the songwriters are from here. A lot of producers are from here. A lot of church people, they come here and get all these church niggas to play drums and all that. I'm telling you, I got friends, they've been doing this shit 30 years plus.
Even way back beyond that.
One of them found
30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
My man and them found music.
All the boys in Harlem City.
Homeless. And they groomed him for like 3 years before they brought him out. And he me and him grew up around the corner from each other. Still good friends to this day. And he been in the music industry killing that shit. He manages Estelle right now. But they had Music Soul Child and the nigga, and it fucked me up because the nigga that was writing the songs used to be in the studio with his gun, like in the studio with the gun hanging on, and couldn't sing a lick. He just knew how to write them fucking songs, though. You know what I'm saying? And it was nuts, like being on the back side of it and seeing how that shit really worked. You know what I mean?
And another true thing, Philly is known for soul, but a lot of that soul came from here.
Came from Baltimore.
A lot of the musicians,
Kevin Loud and them, y'all don't even realize that.
A lot of the musicians in MFSB, a lot of them were from here. But they created.
Still to this day, they still come and get niggas out of the church circuit to play for all of these songs you hear on the radio. They playing the keyboards. It's a bunch of Baltimore niggas. The problem with Baltimore niggas, we got this thing where we make it and we say fuck Baltimore. Yeah. Nobody comes back to try to put nobody on.
Prime example, like Cisco, and Yo made it real big, and then try to act like he ain't come from it. Like, okay, nigga.
First of all,
you're right. You're gonna lie yet, some motherfucker.
First of all, the silver hair, the thong, he's a bad example to use.
No, because when Drew Hill first came out,
they was right.
They was the shit. They was the shit.
Cisco at one time was the king of R&B.
Yo, check this out, yo. This will fuck me up. So
you still hear the thong song.
They used to work for Def Jam. So Yo would be in charge of like bringing artists and like when they come, he would bring them around us. He was in charge of getting like they rider. You know what I mean? When they ride it, like getting whatever it is that they supposed to get and all that. So he would always bring niggas, Red Man, Method Man. So I got this story about Montel Jordan. So when Yo bought Montel Jordan, Yo said, yo, I am not allowed to let him talk when he come around us. Cause big as Yo was, he sound like a faggot, right?
I never liked the guy.
Yo, this was the funniest shit ever, yo.
I hate that song.
Then that's when I started getting a peek into the industry, and I was like, this shit is fucking crazy. You used to tell me about the riders, niggas sniffing coach, niggas fucking faggots. Yo, man. He said, yo, you would, because a lot of people don't know I can sing. And that was the one reason why I didn't go in the industry, because they was in the industry. And I was like, he was like, yo, you not gonna make it. I said, why? He said, yo, Baltimore niggas don't got the mentality to deal with that shit Puffy was doing, sending niggas walking to get cheesecake. Nigga, I'ma kill everybody. Nigga, I'm not trying that shit, nigga. I'ma slap everybody. All that. That was the reason we was not allowed into the fucking industry. We wanted us. Philly was lucky because they had Jay, but Philly is just like Baltimore. They're a little bit more quieter and deadlier than us because they quiet. Us, we loud. We coming fucking shit up out the gate. You know what I'm saying? It's like my man said, yo, he said, yo, you wouldn't. He said, yo, I wouldn't even put you in a situation like that. He said, yo, he said his first meeting he went to at Def Jam, he got on like casual clothes, suit type shit. He said, I come in there, yo. He said, niggas is pimps. One nigga got his 2 hoes with him. These other niggas in fucking track suits, and these niggas is hustling. They on the phone. They got 5 phones. They selling bricks while they at the table. It's like, he said, yo, you would never know that shit really is like that. You know what I'm saying? He said that shit just fucked my head up. He said the industry is not nothing what you think it is. Nothing.
A lot of stuff, let me get something down.
The thing about it, a motherfucker don't know how it feel to do a 4-hour set playing and you get $25. Like, yo, motherfucker don't know how that shit feel.
But it's niggas that catch the break. One story before the last time I got arrested, right? The night before, I was in the studio with Mario and my man. I'm not gonna say his name, but he helped write a lot of Mario shit. Him and his man wrote "You Should Let Me Love You." So when Mario last album came out, they was doing the album, and I was in the studio and I was doing backup. I was helping them write the little lines and shit. But the next day I got locked up. But so I didn't get to go back to the studio. But it's like, it's these niggas, I'm telling you, yo, the niggas that write these songs and all that shit, you would never think they look just like us. They out in the street, they do all kinds of shit. They just got a talent, you know what I mean? And they from here. So when I say it's a rap load up, it's a rap load up.
That's like when I tell people, you know, I really don't like telling people all the shit that I know how to do.
You can't never
do. You know what I'm saying?
But how the fuck had I been out in the street doing what I was doing and I'm singing?
But when a motherfucker, I go to somebody, I said something to him.
Like, oh, fuck I be doing?
It's been times where I like, say, went to somebody cookout or something. You know what I'm saying? There's a guitar over there or something. I can't help
pick that motherfucker up.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I'm going to get on my I'm
so
gonna get the fuck on
every
the
time you
mic.
stay on the show, you play the guitar. Somebody in the comments be like, "What?
Yeah.
You did?"
I'm serious.
I mean, he played the bass and the regular and the guitar.
I get
He
a nigga.
nice.
A nigga will inbox me and be like, "Yo, nigga, I seen this video. My video probably was been on Facebook about 10 years now about from me singing Change Gonna Come. That's one of my favorite songs. And nigga like, yo, you singing that shit effortlessly, yo. Like, I can sing. Like, I'm mad because I'm a prime example of if you don't use it, you lose it. God take it from you. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I wish I would have used. I wish I could.
I mean, we all.
Niggas know I was in a band.
Ourselves in the foot.
I'm serious. I'm on SoundCloud. Go look up Samuel. That's my first name spelled out capital letters and Rome C. And you're gonna see some of my music pop up. Me rapping, I do all kind of shit. Like I'm one of them type of people. Yeah. It's on SoundCloud.
And it's funny, man, because people probably wouldn't believe it.
No, and yo, back
I
to
used to
call me.
rhyme. I was in a band. We used to perform at what is it called? Shit.
The studio. I mean, what's the shit downtown by?
No, it was across the street from Choices. We was the house band every Wednesday.
Get the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
With
crazy,
Ryan the Lion was the DJ in there. That's DJs now. You know what I'm saying? Be up there with Kenny K and shit. Yeah, man. You know, I used to
we
be
used to
all
do
into it.
Eden's Lounge, man.
The street took over.
And Eden's Lounge was like open mic, and they did poetry. I used to do poetry. I used to do all of that shit, man. I did,
Redwood Grill.
Yep.
Every Thursday night.
They don't do that no more, man. They don't got a place where they got like a house band. Like the house band at Eden's Lounge was nuts, yo. They could play anything. You let them hit like a snippet of it, and they play that shit, man.
But see, the good thing about it, we were well rounded because I'm sure in my house, I grew up I didn't grow up off of hip hop.
No.
Soul music.
I grew up.
My
My
father was in a band around this time that the Shalites came out. They was on Barbara Walters, the whole shit, and my father stopped singing because my mother was uncomfortable with the shit. And
I listened to
soul.
Samuel, S-A-M.
funk.
It might be SAM-UEL. It might be something like that.
You know,
Or look up Rome C.
Jazz was a
R-O-M-E
big deal in my house
C-E-E.
because of my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I was exposed to Roy Ayers, everybody. You know, even that's why I was so good at sampling because I'm like, yo, I already know
like
this.
my father used to sell weed, and we used to live in front of the golf course. 4304 Cardinal Road. Never forget that shit. And all of the motherfuckers used to be at my house, yo. Like Gene Con, Don't Let It Go to Your Head. You know, all of them motherfuckers, they used to be at my house, yo. I used to be sitting on the steps listening to them. You know, you literally take your ass upstairs. And if you come there, you better not come out down on the steps. You know what I mean? It was them times.
Shotgun. I'm sorry to say it. She having so many issues now. She used to be on that hair wrong.
Yeah, she's the one with my uncle, man. Real heavy. And him and my father live together right now. That shit,
Boy,
Shaka was nice.
And shit, nigga. I used to look at that motherfucking album cover with her and her daughter on. I wonder what she looked like.
Oh yeah. That's Joe much Jordan.
Hey, yo, hold up, yo. How fun on back to
Butterfly. Her daughter used to be in the back. She looked like she was glowing with that little pink shirt. And then that's when Strawberry Letter 22, the first red record came out.
My father could play that lick. He tried to show me. I'll never forget the shit. My fingers was too fat.
Yo, my kids is funny. My kids listen to old music. I be like, yo, you listening to that?
Yo, that's the best. Listen, yo. Damn. The shit that we hear now is nothing. That old music is pure and good and had meaning.
If you think about this, who was telling us shit, but they was telling it to us because they knew it, but they couldn't really tell us, so they told us through the music? What group? I guarantee you ain't even thinking about that shit.
I would tell us.
Talking about the OJs had a lot of shit.
No, they was street niggas. I'm talking about niggas who was spiritual and they was consciously woke. Earth, Wind, and Fire, man. The album covered it. Everything. They was telling you who
Pyramids
we was and what the fuck we came from and what we was capable of. We just wasn't paying attention. That's why they took control of music the way that they did.
And they were ahead of their time.
What the music is for.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is really not labeled a genre. It's not really a genre because they had everything.
They did everything.
So you couldn't label it funk, R&B. They was out of this world.
Go back go back and listen to them and Stevie Wonder. Like at a young age, I was fucked up because I was like, how the fuck is this man writing these songs and he can't even fucking see? But my man always said something to me about Stevie Wonder, the one I was telling you that was in the music industry. Well, he is still in the music industry. He was like, yo, that's what a visual of a person that's very visual can do that. You don't need to see the right how you feel. You know what I'm saying? From your heart. Yeah. And if you go back and listen to his songs, you be like,
Stevie Wonder, the first one that I ever heard hip you to Big Brother. You know what I'm saying? All his shit, Inner Visions in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Go back
Living
and
for the city.
Him,
Nigga talking about
go back and listen to those fucking songs, man. They were codes because they couldn't say certain shit on the radio.
James Brown always shouted out Baltimore forever wrong. He like down in Baltimore.
Yo, I was just recently watching that This Is a Man's World performance that he did, yo.
That nigga was nice.
Yo, listen, man. James was James, man.
You want to see what a real Indian look like? Look at James Brown. That's what they look like. That's real Indians.
Yeah, because that was his hair. It was his hair.
pretty
because
black,
you could see
blonde
when his
skin.
hair was when he was running from the cops that time, he had no perm or nothing. Man, that was that bigger hair. He was out his
But
mind.
it's the facial structures. You gotta look at the cheek, the nose,
He
like the
chiseled.
forehead, like
Yeah.
His facial structure is very chiseled.
I think that's like that way with most anything. If you are mentally set for the passion of what your skill is, you can do it without seeing anything. Whenever I bring a new design out, I stay off the internet till I get it because I know I don't want my shit to come across looking like somebody else's. So I stay in my office.
Writing music. That was one of our rules when we would do our sessions. We didn't listen to other people. So when we did our thing, we sound like us, not nobody else.
Right.
Motown would have folded if it wasn't for these key three people. Stevie Wonder.
Smokey.
Smokey was...
He wrote a lot. Every goddamn song that you
Michael
can probably
Jackson.
think about.
And you ain't gonna know who the last one is.
Oh, Quincy.
You ain't gonna know who the last one is. And people never give my man his props. Rick James.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Single-handedly
with Tina Marie. He revamped the Temptations. Rick James was a bad motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Temptations sing.
I ain't gonna lie. You watched that fucking bitchin'? That shit, his documentary.
Who you think wrote that shit?
Yeah.
It was nice.
Rick was on some other
shit.
Said,
yo used to write a song in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but
they didn't know what to do with Tina Turner. Like, damn, we got the soulful white girl.
He played so many different instruments.
I'll take a baby. That nigga come with that motherfucker.
Instrumentation gone from music.
He's love when I was little. God damn, I used to listen to a song over and fucking over and over.
That's just like Prince. Prince wrote and fucked everybody.
Yo, my father met Prince. My father said when he met Prince, he was like 16 or 17. When they was like on the music scene, he said, "Yo, had on a leather jacket with the ripped up jeans and boots, but he was a chubby kid. He was chubby, and he had pimples all over his face and shit." But my father said that motherfucker played that guitar and all, like he was doing that shit like super young.
Yeah,
like he was on.
Nigga played 23 instruments fluid.
Yeah, yo,
you know
my father said, "Yo, that nigga was crazy."
Like all that stuff that you hear on the albums from him, the time he went in the studio and did all the shit. They just performed. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Mars Day were actually friends and, you know, grew up around each other. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even though he worked them, he worked them for that Purple Rain movie and shit. He said, "Man, yeah, I got 58 grand. I was happy." He said, "Well, how much he get? About 16 million."
Yeah, Minneapolis, man. That was their thing.
But Prince did everything, yo.
That's how they carried themselves.
He wrote songs for people. He brought Sheena Easton out.
How many groups? You got Apollonia, you got Vanity, you got...
It's a lot of people that you don't know because he always gave the musicians, he bought them, like he would let them come and jam out. Like he broke a lot of people, yo. Like a lot of people, if he heard your music,
Jimmy Jam,
he would let you come to his shit, rock out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Jelly Bean,
hone your skills. Jamie Foxx kind of like piggybacked off of that shit with Prince. Jamie Foxx still do that shit. He let niggas come stay at his house, rock out in the studio, do like, you know what I'm saying?
He another talent that get overlooked a lot. Jamie nice.
Nasty.
But
every
the nicest band, but for me, nicest band, Mint Condition, hands down.
Oh yeah, man.
I seen them live.
No.
I seen them live.
Let's go hip hop. Okay. So I got a homeboy, my man. Shout out to my man Berto. When we was doing Black Men Coming Together, Berto was the little Oriental dude you used to see in the pictures. Like, who the fuck is he? Is he the Connect? No, that was he was our homeboy. But anyway, Berto, I never knew nothing about the Roots, right? Now,
before they got on
it. But mind you, my man that I tell you about the music industry, they studios in Philly. They've been living in Philly and like Jersey area for like 20-something years now. So I knew who they were, but I never seen them. You know what I mean? Berto like, yo, come on, yo, I'm gonna take you. We gonna go down Rams Head. The Roots performing. He said, I'm gonna fuck your head up because he's to do shit like that. I'm gonna fuck your head up. You'll see. I go in that motherfucker like, man, these niggas playing instruments. They ain't rocking. Like, damn, what the fuck they gonna do hip hop? You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers came out that bitch. Black Thought is one of the most underrated MCs in the world. This nigga rapped for an hour fucking straight. Soon as he came out, whatever song is hot, I don't fuck what it is. When the Roots do a show, they come out to that song. And if it's a hot song in your hood, where you from, they gonna play that bitch. Yeah. And Black Star is gonna rap the lyrics, or he gonna rap over it, and then he gonna rap for an hour straight before they take a break. Yo, and when I tell you they sound better than the fucking records. Yo, they sound better than the records. Then I had a treat because my man that I keep talking about, one of they're good friends and we all good friends, is Mad Skills. So Mad Skills used to come up in the summer and we all would hang together and do little shit. And he real talented. Like we could be having a conversation and tomorrow that conversation would be in the rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo is that nasty. Like, he really nasty.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely lyrically
inclined. He got plugged with the Roots, and then he would go on tour with them, and then him and Black Thought would do, like, these battles. Yo.
I saw those dudes, but I didn't know who they were, because my uncle lived in Philly, up there off of South Street on Market Street. I saw these dudes when they was just outside. You know what I'm saying? Outside the clubs and shit up there on South Street. I was younger.
And they was another one of the first groups that was real conscious about every fucking thing.
Yeah, distortion, the static. Yeah. You know what I mean? Talking about record labels.
Every fucking thing.
Well,
and how they was getting shitted on because they was from Philly. Yeah, because they was getting shitted on because they was from Philly and they was on something different. You know what I'm saying? They was on a whole totally different frequency. Yeah. These niggas wasn't even on that shit.
Yeah.
And when I got to one time I got to sit down with Black Dog and I was talking. I said, yo, y'all are our generation's Frankie Beverly and Maze. A lot of people don't know Frankie Beverly and Maze been singing and on tour for 40, 50 years.
And he was still on.
You know what I'm saying? And they still, man, it lost his voice. Operation that dog, he's still going. And Black Thought and them is like that. Like they been on tour. They just recently started taking breaks when they went on to what's the dude show, and that was because
Jimmy Fallon.
They once they went on that was kind of like their break. That's like sit still because they toured like 300 years out of this fucking year.
250 days shows a year.
But you see what people don't know is like. It ain't even just that. They got their hands in other shit. Because Questlove do a lot of motherfucking drumming for a lot of people.
He's a musician, period. He play other shit too.
A lot of people didn't know that, like, rest in peace, Biz. Biz did a lot of shit. Like, he was always on tour. And then Skills.
Biz didn't care, because Biz would be down there on Washington Boulevard DJing, yo.
Yo, he was just, he was the coolest person ever, man.
Biz.
And I say ever.
Biz was one of the coolest dudes with no ego.
If I was around and we was out of town, it's like, I don't know, for some odd reason, I become the security guard everywhere. And Biz had this thing where he couldn't be around alcohol and like cigarettes and shit because a lot of people don't know he owned the show Gabba Gabba or something like that. And the sponsors, he couldn't. So, you know, it's like, I'm always like, yo, get out of here. He can't talk to you right now. Like, you gotta take that bed and set that. He's like, yo, he was a jokester, man. Played jokes all fucking day long. Damn, man, it's like the music shit, yo. A lot of people wouldn't know, yo. That shit is in my blood. Like, I love it.
It's just like Biz, Big Daddy told a funny story or whatever, how he ended up meeting Marley Marl. Mm-hmm. He said, you know, Biz would take him over there. Marley Marl didn't even know that Kane rhyme.
Right, yeah, can rhyme. Yeah.
So he said, hey, man, just give him this rhyme. You know what I mean? He said, Marley Marl closed the door. Look like, oh, you wrote this shit? This you? Man, come in here. There it was.
A lot of people don't know the beef was on the symphony, Coogee Rap and Kane was actually beefing. Yeah. Coogee Rap was the new kid on the block. And them two raps, they was going at each other.
And then Coogee was the only nigga, it was two niggas that was from Brooklyn. That was Master Ace and Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? And MC Sham was really mad. He said, I'm supposed to be the #1 guy in the G, but man, them lyrics cannot fuck with them.
I just heard him recently. He was on something on YouTube talking about hip hop and shit. And to me, and it's just me, he sound like a bitter old man.
He is angry because
he sound like a bitter.
He was like he was one of the first niggas really getting money, like as far as rapping and shit. And you know, he went to the left and started getting high, doing all kind of crazy ass shit. But you can't get mad. Like I was watching an interview this morning and Kane was explaining about that whole shit. You can't get mad about the niggas that didn't make it versus the niggas that's making it. You can't be mad about that.
Just like I tell motherfuckers quick, I said, yo, don't let Licking Lips Cool J fool you. Like, yo, that nigga never lost a battle.
Never.
Never.
Yo, that
And he
I got a
really
story
was
about
in a
him.
class by himself.
When
We came out in 85.
When we used to go to rhythm skate, right? And we used to break dance. Never forget that shit. We had our graffiti jackets on, and this was when he first came out. I need a beat, the whole shit. This nigga followed us around Rimskate and he hung with us the whole night. Like, yo, it's like, yo, where y'all get them jackets from, son? Because, you know, back then, New York niggas had their own style, but then when hip hop hit everybody was doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of niggas was stealing styles from Baltimore because a lot of Baltimore niggas used to go to New York in the summer. We were the first niggas.
Ass wouldn't exist.
They would not have even been on the map if it wasn't for us.
Yo,
y'all wore Timbs. I give y'all that. But Ayers came from us.
They had the graffiti shit jumping off, but we took shit our own way too because Baltimore. We're not going to be like anybody else. The
problem with Baltimore, the people that's in charge of this motherfucker, they keep attempting to assimilate us as somebody else. We have our own fucking identity. I don't give a fuck how these kids rap and what they doing. Let them do their own thing. Stop trying to make them like somebody else. Because you kind of, for years, niggas got forced into that bubble where they had to sound like somebody else in order to get on. It's like it was like we couldn't have our own identity. That's just like now, you made it to the point where we hate our own club music, but it's like you go to Jersey, Philly, they making our shit. That fucking Lil Uzi Vert, that's our club music. You know, we used to have arguments when we used to go to Philly about EAEA, because they used to say it was Erie Ave. No, motherfucker, it's Emerson Avenue. Like that, we know what the fuck EAEA means.
Nobody say. I used to love
that's Miss Tony that used to say that shit.
Hold up, this the funny part. They used to crack on us about that. Y'all got a faggy nigga, and I said that same faggy nigga will beat your motherfucking ass. And what? You know what I'm saying?
Beat your ass, take your ass,
beat your fucking ass. And stab you up. That nigga was fucking a go hard ass nigga. And one thing I fuck with that nigga ever since I met him, he told the truth about every fucking thing. He didn't have no cut cards in back in the day. He used to tell us all the time. Tell Kenny, Sam Kenny, y'all them niggas, them same niggas y'all be walking around, they all thugged out. They be calling me at night. I be like, what? Nigga, what? It's like, yeah, them niggas y'all be thinking all tough. Them niggas call me in the middle of the night after fucking Odell's. And I be like, oh, okay. And we start paying attention. Yeah. I love you. Like, what, nigga, what? What the fuck is going on with you niggas? And then that's when you start finding out half of these neighborhoods, all these niggas, a bunch of fucking punks.
Bunch of dumps out here, man. Just like, I don't know if, I know you remember this name, Kitty Pearl back in the day, around my grandmother way down Francis and White Lot. I was telling her, don't be acting like that, baby. You know you are. You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, one thing I learned about gay motherfuckers, you go and respect them. When I was coming up, you respected the gay dudes, even if they was gay. Them motherfuckers was not no chumps.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, average gay dude.
The average gay dude to beat your ass
all his life.
Yeah, the average gay dude, they strong as a bitch and they will fuck the nigga up.
And you don't want to fight them.
That's that.
But on that note, it's been the Bro Show. We got to get up out of here. She got to go steam my leather pants. We celebrating.
I'm ready to go turn up for tomorrow.
Not only is it Women's Day tomorrow, but it's the sex engineer's birthday.
We got to clap it up. Happy birthday,
Happy 25th birthday. And we're going to get up out of here. Anybody got any ending things to say?
Oh, man. Hey, just for everybody that's watching, on Tuesday nights, I'm promoting. I got a show that's called Rob's Room. Tonight it was supposed to transpire, but the guest whom I had that I was supposed to interview couldn't make it. So next Tuesday I will be going in. I have Melissa Tags from Hilltop Tag and Titles. That's my sister. She'll be showing face, and she will be in the building. So yeah, let's just look out for us, man. The Bro Show rolling strong. We still got Straight Talk with Miss V. And we gonna keep doing our thing. Timeless J&J, man. Let's do it.
Thomas J and MH.
Big Joan in the house.
Support, man. I don't care who you support, what they doing or whatever. Support some goddamn body. Stop hating all your life. Love yourself.